Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, coming to you from the Ventura Cigar Company studio. With me today is Jiunn and John McTavish. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Happy Monday Night Football.
So
Happy to the
today,
loss.
yes. So today we are talking about the JC Newman The American No. 2. It's kind of a Toro Extra 6-inch by 54 ring gauge. Comes out of the El Reloj factory in the United States. Florida, and wrapper's Florida Sungrown. Binder is Connecticut Broadleaf. Filler is from Pennsylvania and Connecticut Habano. Price point is $18.50, and the cigar was released in May of 2019. So with all that out of the way, Jiunn, tell us about your overall experience.
So smoking through this cigar, I felt a very high sense of patriotism.
Okay.
But I mean, it can't help but to think about, hey, no, this is 100% American tobacco made, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the box was the only thing that may not be made in America,
No,
right?
everything's made in
Oh,
America.
100%, everything.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, I care more about the actual flavor of the cigar, but in terms of the actual flavor of the cigar, I didn't think that it was all that great. I thought it was pretty unbalanced. There was a lot of wood. There's a lot of spice that had this that baking spice anise that came through quite a bit for me throughout the entire profile, and it got pretty strong with those flavors after a while. So, and I kind of felt like those kind of heavier notes didn't really do a good job of having more the nuttier, sweeter notes to kind of bridge that gap. So. It's a really cool concept. It's understandably higher price, given that it's 100% American made. But in terms of the actual cigar flavor, it's not something that I probably reach out for again.
How are you, John?
I'm going to echo a lot of the sentiments from Jiunn. The concept is really cool. I did find myself randomly putting my hand over my heart for no reason whatsoever. The first thing I actually started...
You're Canadian. You don't even give a shit, really.
We're all connected. We're all cousins, brother. We're all cousins. So I actually thought the first third started out really nicely, but I got a lot of what Jiunn's talking about. The second and last third for me were overall, I think, pretty average. I just didn't feel like the flavors that were present really grabbed me beyond the first third. And I find that surprising because, we've had a lot of really great cigars with great American tobacco, whether it's Pennsylvania or Connecticut or FSG, those are all really, really good tobaccos. So I'm not sure if maybe they were going to blend something that was a little bit more approachable for the average smoker, because I felt like it was kind of like playing it safe. Like the blend to me kind of felt like it was playing it safe. And as a result, the overall impact for me was pretty average. It wasn't bad. It was just, didn't really stand out. I did have a little bit of issues with some of the burn. I had a few touch-ups. Draw itself was perfect. So, I would say pretty average experience on its total take. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, for me, I thought the cigar started out with a nice combination of wood, cinnamon, and orange pith, which I typically get from the FSG cigars. But it moved on kind of like musty wood with a bit of a floral note to it as it moved on. I had the same issue as you, John. I had burn issues galore with this. It was not the greatest burn. Lots of touch-ups and relights and things like that. This is a very anticipated cigar this year. I felt it gave a pretty good showing. Burn issues aside, I liked it. I'd smoke it again. I got a very much an FSG kind of vibe from this cigar, and I enjoy the FSG a lot. So I kind of, piqued my interest in that fashion. But price point's high, as Jiunn mentioned, because all USA made and things like that. Cost goes up. Smoking time was also pretty long. I think I smoked this for probably 3 hours or so. So there's a little bit of value there, but, I think the cost will push a lot of people away from it. But, I'd smoke it again. So let's get into the scores. I was the high scorer at 6.27. John was next at 5.90, and Jiunn had a 5.20. So I will say that my score did match up well with the experience. I thought it was good through the first 2/3 and then average in the final third. If that burn was just even very good, I'm looking at a 6.5 score. But as it is, I'd smoke it again if I had a chance to smoke it again. I'm probably not going to go out and buy many of these, but I thought it was a good experience. How about you, John? 5.90.
Gosh, that's going to be a developing palates first, where Jiunn is the lowest and you're the highest.
No.
What was my score again?
5.90.
Yeah, that's about right. I would say the flavor profile was slightly above average. The construction was really good. I like the concept. Price point is, unfortunately, we've all talked about, it's a little bit higher than cigars made in Nicaragua, but that's the consequences of American labor and American manufacturing. It's going to cost more. So I think 5.9 sounds about right. What about you, Jiunn? Defend yourself.
Man, it was average. And Aaron, to your point of that FSG wrapper, you said it tasted kind of like familiar FSG cigars.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like all those like wood and baking spice kind of notes really drowned out the FSG, taste that I like so much.
Right.
But I don't know. I know the price point is high, but I think these are going to sell because it's such a unique offering of 100% like American Puro. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I hope they do sell, right? Like this has been in the works for multiple years, and they finally got to the point where they're able to present something into production. So
I've been looking forward to it since it was originally announced. So I would say this is probably one of the most looked forward to cigars that I was going into the IPCPR for me.
Yeah. Any other final thoughts from you guys on this one?
I hope they do well, man. It's a cool concept, and I've said it before that I love manufacturers who are willing to push the envelope and try something new. So I hope it's very commercially successful for them.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. If you just catch this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. But also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
America.